Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? It's Saturday evening, it's Promenade Weeklies, you know where you are. It's significantly colder than it was this time last week. You know, it's been about 30 degrees. Here in the UK, it suddenly dropped to 15, so feels a little bit nippy despite the fact that it really isn't. Just the change in temperature is kind of making the difference right now. But to heat things back up again, we've got some good-ass Grambler coming your way. And I'm joined by two new voices here, actually. Voices that still might be familiar to you. As I have, on one side, I've got Nayu. How's it going?
Hello! Hello.
Hello,
So that's
hello.
me, Nayu.
It's you.
Maybe known me to with the name the Yip Apprentice, or I like now Yip Apprentice 420, because I copied from 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's basically it. I don't have introduction. No one knows me.
On the other side of things, we have a voice you guys might not have heard before, and that is Roku. How's it going?
Hello, it's everyone's least favorite 7th placer. I guess that's about it. That's how I've identified myself for the past month, so I'll just keep rolling with it.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Can't forget, of course, Serpent's Parade Gala invitee Roku as well. You know?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Hell yeah. But anyway, I'm going to do my usual. I'm going to dip into the production minds, and I'll leave you in the very capable hands and voices of our commentary team.
So, if Roku allows me it, we'll be starting the Promenade Weeklies introduced by Cake, with the first match with both players already in the room, waiting for them to hop onto the cabin and start to play. So this game is
it's through an arrow, so it's gonna be Ferry against Belial, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was a bit of a newer player, so this could be both very violent or very non-violent. Let's see how he fares against who are not a stranger to the matchup. Played against a few times, both with Belial and Jukes, so hoping the best for Arrow, but being a little bit reluctant. I want to see how he sort of like navigates through that.
And even though if he loses, it'll be a good experience for him, because learning how to play slowly is really a really good way to approach most of the matchups if you don't know how to do it. Which we can already see here, even though there was a miss TP, going to a huge combo from the warrior. Oh, the mix. They decided to match the mix. Who dropped the combo though?
Yeah, and just getting GG down, and not gonna do a whole lot with it, but still you can see that just instantly hits. Maybe Arrow's not very familiar with the options that you have, but other than that, I felt like the pace that he was going with was really good. Just as I say this, not only does he go in, but also blocks the mix-up, but then whoever is doing the frame round.
The Mr. Suppose.
Yeah.
But also, Oroga knows the 50-50 mix. And yeah, he tries to predict if he either goes high or low. Even though he can't quietly get in. Still playing somewhat defensive here. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't ready for the high. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first game to Hua very quickly there. I mean, yeah, it's going kind of about, I feel like, as I would have expected, but honestly, yeah, it's the thing is, Hua does a lot of good things, but she also does a lot of like autopiloting in how she approaches the game in terms of neutral and her offense, at least when you first start playing with her. And I'm really looking forward to see if until the end of the set, Arrow is going to be able to catch any of those things. For example, she always buffers the X lasso after the FH, which Belial can, Belial can really kind of like capitalize on that. Can do a 5U, almost a reaction. That's a nice jump over the DP.
Nice. Nice stuff from Oroga getting the upper hand here. The simple input coming grab? Yeah.
Almost gets that
couldn't
grab.
focalize.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't react in time for the jump U. That was clearly negative here, even though she hit it. Who hit it with it. Yeah, getting zoned out pretty hard here. Was
Yeah.
ready for the roll-in.
And the thing is, it's not about just being zoned out, it's the fact that he's playing exactly at this range that he was just very comfortable with, just like not even doing her buffers, not even doing anything like risky, just throw out those fire heavies and just be safe with them.
50-50. Nice usage of the 5U there. Still quite can get out of the corner because all those buttons. Oh,
Yeah, it feels like Herb is just a little bit too reluctant to jump in. There's going to be the insult into the overhead, and that's going to do it. Honestly, again, this is like very much. You can see it in the players like room matches, right? Like who has like a 1.2k game wins. Arrow has 60. So by the way, this is Festu 3. So
yeah. Even I was surprised about this.
yeah. I mean, not a very weird thing to be wrong about. We usually do the Festu 2 things around here. I mean, in all the brackets. So
Oh, nice
one more
one.
chance. Yeah. Oh, I think that was a misinput, judging on that far light.
Nice 5U.
Yeah.
And will not be ready for the OD. That will happen twice here. With Aroga getting the upper end, but getting, I mean, how can I say it? Thrown out by the OD activation?
Yeah,
And nice for H.
This is kind of hard to do though, especially like if you're a bit of a new player, because it's very easy DP character, despite the fact that she is a zoner. That's a nice fudge jump. I mean, she can just do that because, I mean, she has such a commanding life, right? Like, she's just one hit away. Might as well just take the very slight risk. So that's good. I like those fireballs. That was a nice Amazon use. I like those fireballs. What I don't like right now is that it feels like at first Arrow was a little bit more commanding with like going forward, and now he's just giving us so much space and you really don't want to do that.
And if only he did nice DP. If only he did block after the jump M, he probably would have blocked the DP there. And again, isn't ready for the activation. It doesn't even block it too. And yeah, like Roku just said, he's giving up so much space just by walking back because he's afraid of those big fairy buttons.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable.
Definitely.
It's how things are going to be going when you're not very like confident. This is not exclusive, obviously, to like a zoner matchup or like to the fire matchup. This is just something very common when you're not very familiar with the matchup or the player you're going to be against, and you're just going to be very uncomfortable and being like, oh, what am I doing? Like, keep going back and back. But the thing is, you know, you really don't want to be in the corner against any character, obviously. In any game, but especially in Grand Blue. The Grand Blue zone, not a very fun time to be in. It's going to be a 3-0 to Hua. Arrow does have another chance in the lower bracket.
One thing Aroga could have done probably is just sit in the middle of the stage and just hold block. Because if you're going to hold block, might as well not give space with it. Or
yeah.
You could take this a step further and walk block. Just do micro steps while blocking from time to time to like catch a 4H, 4L, every button that Fairy can do actually. So
yeah, like just force the hand of your opponent is better than the opposite in that case, obviously. And well, I mean, you're not really gonna get chipped out at either case, so it might be something that, I mean, I think it's very understandable for anyone to not be very keen on doing that, especially if you're like newer to the game or to brackets or to the matchup or anything, because some people see this as, oh, maybe it's like kind of lame or like slow or boring. But yeah, it does work, especially against zoning, because I mean, why would you just give them the free damage, right?
Yeah.
Might as well make them earn it.
Also, another thing again, the level 4 H button is quite messed up, to be honest. It goes so far, so quickly. Like, we catch some buttons I've got. So that could have helped too.
Especially with the way that...
I just want to quickly hop in 1 second and just mention that this is a rematch of our 7th grade LCQ final, and I think this is the first time these two have played since then.
They played on Weeklies occasionally, I think. The orange Weeklies. But I'm not really sure of that information. And even if it's followed through, this is a rematch, so that's quite exciting.
I mean, honestly, it's just two, in my opinion, quite exciting place to watch out for. Ribery has been on the grind. Tatsu has been showing some, honestly. So, let me preface this. This is not like shade or anything, but I felt like when I started playing Grand Blue and I first started watching Tatsu, he was a bit of a formulaic, and now he's been showing some really cool things. Really exciting to watch him play. And as I say this, he's kind of getting smoked in this first round on the perfect from Ribery, just into the corner from the get-go and just pressure all those mids trying to get out.
You just cursed him. That's fucked up.
But that's fine. He has a bunch of games to work around with his game plan. And I don't think he's uncomfortable either. Great.
And also, since it's a first to 3 in this tournament, it's really easy a matchup, a rematch, because last time they played it was a first to 3 for a place to the gala organized by Cake here.
That is true. That was was it the Grands between them, or was it?
It was the Grands.
Yeah. That was a great set, obviously.
I remember being at the edge of my seat with like 4 people in VC on the French code, hyping up Bubusan here.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And like you see, like those beat screen 5 Us that Tatsu is doing is something that you don't really see a whole lot, so people don't expect it, but it's also just very effective. Not just because you don't expect it, but also just, I mean, it's a good button to throw at mid-screen. People just seem to slip on that and just use it, as the funny shotgun, corner. Big anti-air gonna take this round. Could have ended the round on practically anything. Might as well just use the Skyvan out there.
And also, damn, that's quite risking his life quite a bit here by doing some sick RPS movements, but also playing super slowly and throwing up the boost just at the right moment when we least expect it. But again, nice combo.
Yeah, this is the Ruby classic, right? Like the air parry, just you don't expect this because no other character can do that, right?
Yeah.
And
also no one plays Uno. No one plays Uno too. Except, nice roll out on the far edge! Going to the corner, and decided to have the combo for an easier route.
Yeah,
Nice!
Didn't really have the cooldowns, but not going to kill. Just this image there. Almost, I think, yeah. In chip territory at this point, no, doesn't have the 100-meter to OD, so basically forced to take a risk. Yeah. So I think Tatsu didn't really have any cooldowns to do anything else than this. TP could have, I guess, do the fireball into a rush.
Not really sure. It was probably too far to do a 4M, and decided to press and not wait for the punish.
That was a weird ass fireball, not gonna lie.
Probably a DP, I don't know.
Very possible, yes.
And losing his patience a bit here. Trying to roll preemptive stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not just the impression, but I think it's also a good thing because, as you can see, Tatsu just contests this space
all the time, and perhaps he's getting hit, but at least he's not giving up Riri that spacing that Uno wants to have at all times. I'm just to say that. Yeah, Riri's gonna
And
fuck up a bit.
the jump scare. Oh, nice hit, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice as well. Expecting that Tatsu's going to basically he's kind of forced Tatsu's hand at this point. He has to take an option, big counter hits, going towards the other side of the corner.
Yeah. Huge swing, taking the space, but that's taking it out by doing a really nice air button. And, oh, the dodge almost getting caught in the melody.
Yeah. Tatsu expecting the throw. Gets hit on the overhead.
Wrong super. You could have killed, I think.
Okay, now Tatsu with VOD, one hit away, is going to get clipped.
Oh.
Honestly, this is very interesting to me because Tatsu is kind of switching up between like being very reckless and being very sort of I was thinking about using the word scared, but that's absolutely not the case. I think just being more methodical. But this kind of gives Riri the chance to do what he really likes, which is to use the Uno 5U. You see all those parries, regardless of the situation. Like, is it a fireball? Gonna parry. Is it a jump? Gonna parry. Are you running in? If I don't parry, might as well just shoot one of those hugest buttons or the big driver. It's a nice roll, but it's not going to convert to anything.
They're playing just so well right now, the footsies game and the neutral game. And oh, unfortunate drop on the ground there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, basically, it feels like even though Tatsu is kind of dictating the pace with his movement, he ends up being in a space that is not exactly the best for Uno, yes, but it's not very good for Grand either. He doesn't have those like huge buttons or like the sick footsies of like, you know, Carolina or Jida Factor Incidents. Not very nice.
Oh no!
Oh, this is Street Fighter Incident.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh god!
Makes
Such a
him
small
impatient.
incident, going to losing the round and the game 2-1 for Riri here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very kind of classic thing that happens when you get thrown over and over, and at this point you're like, oh, I don't really want to take the throw, because, well, you can't, but then you press and, well, this happens, right? A very classic sort of situation.
Oh, definitely. Let's see if Tatsu here could be a little bit explosive with the shotguns. Trying to get nice little combos in. But again, Riri dictating the pace, like you said just earlier, with all of these projectiles and big buttons. Like, oh, nice parry and the jump in.
Yeah, it just feels like Riri is so comfortable with everything that's happening. It's gonna be a nice little throw.
Oh no, ouchie! Heck OD. Yeah, those string, nice jump in!
That
He's
was
dead.
exactly what he needed. Just don't let him get away with just all of those huge buttons, all the zoning with the long recovery. You're going to absolutely capitalize on that. Very nice.
Would have been fun to see that combo on higher HP to see how much damage it would have done, especially since it was an OT. Weird direction there.
Ooh. Does not get a huge punish. Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Nice jump out. It does not have the boot. Is going to go for the DP strike throw.
Nice grab.
Great throw. Yeah.
And oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, really mistimes the second one.
And that was also a missed DP.
Yeah, I mean, I have to assume that was an MDP there. but it works out due to the overhead.
Oh!
Jump scare.
He was ready, and he
Yep.
kills Dill.
Yeah. That's a lot of damage.
Oh god, I love Gran just for this. Just for this.
I mean, I feel like Gran
FPS?
is a bit like people underestimate this sort of thing and how valuable it is in a game where damage is explosive. Like explosive damage is like really a privilege of just the top tiers, and Gran is not one of them, but has the top tier sort of like damage. Oh, the parry. That's some really good RPSing, and I mean, I say RPSing, but it's pretty safe at this point, right?
Yeah, but that's him finding more and more ways to get out of the corner, and oh, stick up, yes.
That clash was really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
It's you. Rushes back now.
I love
this
the
is
mirrors
basically,
taking the rushing back shifts. And... Oh, almost.
That was a great conversion. I mean, I was completely caught off by that, and I'm assuming that Tatsu was also caught off by that, because, I mean, I don't think you expect that when you're throwing a fireball mid-screen and then jump above it to be getting hit by the full-on rush conversion, right?
You know, I really was kind of caught, and yo, Brook is playing this round so well with those strings, keeping a lot of positive moves, using Bashi really well there, and oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
we'll get caught by DP though,
Like, at this
and
point,
back into neutral.
just because of the huge life discrepancy, Tatsu just feels so scared, I feel like, of the, yeah, this is like a thing
Second hit.
with Uno, right? Like, so at this point, they have a huge health discrepancy, and Ruby has done, I feel like, 3, maybe 4 successful parries and had some small conversions off of them. So then you're just like kind of second guessing yourself, like, what am I gonna do here? What's the option? What's the correct one, rather? And yeah, Ruby's gonna get it. 3-2. Really nice set between them. And again, I mean, I think it's just so nice and interesting to see the way that Ribery uses this parry and just knows how to use this parry, because I mean, I don't know how familiar your animals is like, you know, with watching like people on the replay channels and everything, but like every time I see an Uno, they don't really seem to be leaning on that so much. Nor do I mean, as far as memory concerns, I remember like the Unos playing in the Rising tournament at Evo to be using that. So I think that's both very interesting and just pretty cool, honestly. And
I mean,
you can see he has the conversions off of the parry.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to say Ruby just laps the shit out of this game since he's on a good grind all the time, every time. And also like also achieved to play multiple games and also does sick stuff like this on this game. I don't know how he does it. Just so much. He knows so much. He has everything ready. But that out of the way, we're going to see here Duo versus Yu versus Vera, and scuffed matchup here, I'd say, because I got traumatized by Yu and Knight Vera because I also play Yu. So I'm already biased here to like cheering on Duo.
I mean, I feel like everyone that's played against the you know, upper echelon of Vera players in EU has been a little bit traumatized by Yu and Knight, so I can see that. Yu, the installless connoisseur, is going to use that OZ here. Not interested in spending the meter for the install whatsoever, it feels like.
And Secret yes!
Yeah, he's gonna install at the end here. Dodging the OZ with a little bit of a walk back.
Oh, he was probably a few pixels away from being hit by the OD activation. Damn!
It's just the explosive like zero damage, like this was just basically 2 confirms, right? And not even optimal ones. And this is this is kind of, I guess, the thing that Yul really dislikes here. Yul she does have good buttons. She does have like a lot of cool stuff that she can do, but the risk reward just feels so skewed towards the Vera, right? Because that's gonna be it. Just as I say this about, and I'm trying to make a segue about how Yule is not gonna be a high damage character that gets the
Duo!
and is gonna almost 2-touch. Yeah, this gonna be killing, but one more will do it. Tech the throw. Yeah.
To realistic interaction going to like a really different how can I say it?
You know, this is just typical, right? Like, I'm trying to make this whole a segue about how Yule doesn't have these like big damage combos unless she gets the optimal conversions, and he just gets like 2 optimal conversions back to back. Like, this is unfair. I don't like this.
I really much like this.
Yeah, in the soul. So, one thing that has kind of surprised me is that so far Yu is paying just so much respect to Tuho, and no 5Us are coming out, which is kind of like the signature of the Yu Vera. Taking it slowly, taking it a bit more of a methodical approach. This is going to be a big ass combo. Maybe this? Okay, it's not gonna.
No, that was a combo.
Continue.
Good mash. Will do the. I can't believe that this is in the actual OD setup. Weird interaction again.
That's the rush,
Oh damn.
and that's the Vera sort of like effect on meter. Installs, does one more interaction, has enough for a rush, and then 40 in the bank. Feels like Yu is also quite comfortable with what buttons to press and what situations you're just does not feel like he's scared of even though like playing. So the optimal zoning for Vera and Yule is quite similar, but he doesn't seem to be concerned about this at all. Just he's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm completely fine to press after these 214 X's.
And what?
Oh, what?
What?
What happened there? So that's just weird. So gets the Sparge, but then
I said to go for M Fox Flame. Tuo went for M's Fox Flame, and Yu went for I don't know what move it is.
that was it was an overhead. That's what really surprised me. Like, so that was an optimal sort of like punish, but like, who in their right mind would do that? I mean, I don't know. Very possible. I actually love this. So
Yeah, and
so FPS. Yeah.
I think, like, coming back to what you said just earlier, Tuo is a bit more scared that Yu is in this matchup because he knows damn well that if he does one single mistake, he will lose a lot of HP for it and give up so much for Yu.
Which is also like, I feel like we've seen the, those 2 sick RPSs only being done when 2-0 is basically on the brink of death, and just said, might as well just send it because I don't know what else I'm gonna be doing here. Really like the patience on the defense.
Or just sometimes he does like he does it like because he feels like it. See a goofy mood, you know.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, we can go on and on about, oh, this is a trade thing and this is how the players think, but sometimes people just end it. And honestly, I'm here for it.
Yeah, Tuo is just so scared of Yu just pressing DP on one of his positive moves and nice smash.
Yeah, that was a little bit questionable in the sense that you're really plus after the Universal Overhead connects there. But then again, this is kind of like this 50-50 situation, right? Like, am I gonna get thrown or am I gonna get stagger pressured? Tuo decides I don't want to get thrown and takes it around this way.
Oh. You decided that the Scarlet Hose was E Spin Plus? And yeah, this situation right there.
Yeah, the first one works, the first Fox lane works, and the second one is just, yeah, I'm not, he's just saying I'm not interested in this show of shenanigans. There's the OD again.
Oh, kicking bully in the chat by Saki. And oh, nice jump out! No conversion! And again, Tuo is scared of you using DP on his offense. Decided to go for the... whoa, okay. It's been a long time since I've seen this setup of just you doing a grab, jump L, which is just a midi that works like this. And
this is like kind of the universal basic safe jump, right?
For most character, I'm not really sure.
It depends on the timing of the jump, but it should work for most characters, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I know for a fact that Soris doesn't because of the way his grab works. And others, no idea.
Soris is one of those characters that has quite specific post-grab situations. I don't know who the Dust Loop editor is for Soris, but whoever was it did a really good job of explaining those. So if anyone's interested, might as well just check that out. But stories aside, yeah, so it's just this thing that we said in the beginning. It feels like this risk sort of reward skew between the two characters, like just defining the way that this matchup goes and the way that they play.
Also, way too much Malady attempts here from Tuo. Yuri is just being ready to react on time at each time.
Yeah, I mean, it
probably
worked.
do some shimmies.
Ooh. It worked a couple of times, so might as well just do it again, is the
Didn't break
logic
God.
for sure.
And
again, this OD, like, I know that people give you flag for like the whole like install this for it, but it's so scary when she's in OD, regardless of install or not, because she has this like sort of pseudo safe pressure with the 214 and 236Ms, right?
And also, she stayed so much time in OD that she don't even have it anymore. And only Tuo has it now. And he's being also, again, super defensive. Oh, the hurry up! What will you do? Does he have time to do enough damage? Uh-oh. Oh
Yes.
no. Oh no,
It's
Tuo,
over.
please. We'll finish it. Oh. Will he get the kill? He will get the kill.
Yeah, I mean, didn't even have to actually get the kill at this point. Like, once you get that first hit, you can just like do a little bit of damage and then just back off, right? Like on the 2 or 3 seconds at this point on the clock, and that was a 3-0. It really didn't feel like a 3-0. It felt like it went on for quite a bit of time.
Because both players took their time in neutral, trying to play around the other characters' buttons, but you just ended up winning most of the interaction because Vera is.
Yeah. And again, one thing to note, so you did OD, and then killed with a Skybound art. So even though the match ran long enough to have VOD run out after a couple of hits and everything and go to timeout, it's still it's a big thing. Like the meter build is just so insane. And I really like when we see those like extra uses, honestly.
And one, that is cuffed. Two, I like just how Stu is just deceased in the corner. Wait,
Dejected
oh wait,
ball.
I need to check on my man. You good to Ho? Oh man, feels bad to be honest. Like Cake said, the 3-0, but all of the match was like were very close.
It was a 3-0, but close. It is a classic. So this next match is supposed to be Dudakov against Burberry, but Dudakov is having a little bit of network issues. Maybe someone's doing the infamous Dudakov Wi-Fi share. I don't know.
Maybe someone's watching Netflix or playing Call of Duty. Who knows?
Downloading Call of Duty, yeah. We're gonna get into this match. So Dudakov's gonna go for the Matera. And I feel like Dudakov's been going for the Matera much more often than I've seen him go for the Sheiks lately. Which I personally like because from what I understand, he's more of a mid-tier enjoyer and less of a strict swap. Yeah. He's doing a stick observe right now.
And that is some really distant zoning here from Metera. What the? No butterflies, just hopping and jumping back, doing projectiles.
Yeah, this is the JP Street Fighter sort of gameplay.
Oh.
I mean, I have to be honest, right? I was just completely unfamiliar with how this matchup is supposed to go. But it looks like Dudakov is not. It feels like he's just very comfortable with just taking that space and just spamming out those arrows and just letting Bribu be the one to take initiative, right?
Damn! Nice combo. Good match from Bibri, trying to cheese out another turn. Side switch. Yeah, like you said, Dudakov just knows what to do and what not to do. Even though we don't know any of the matchup, I feel like if you use the butterfly in the wrong timing, Bibri can just react to it and do the projectile.
Yeah, and this is we just see here like the reason why he's doing those arrow flips, just beating out the Uno projectiles very like kind of for free in a way. There's gonna be one more hit. He's gonna do it.
Oh,
no OD yet. There's the OD.
There's the OD. What will it do? No. Oh,
it doesn't hit.
Spot dodge.
Yeah. I really like the idea. I really like the idea there, using the super, but feels like was absolutely ready for that Dudakov.
You acted a bit too late, I'd say. To you jump scare.
Yeah, might have just been like the difference between like simple and technical input as well, there, right?
Does the inputs really change something in the frame data of the SBA?
Oh no, just about the reaction.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes like when you have to do the technical input, it might just be a little bit slower, right? Especially when you're doing it with like sort of reversal situations. Yeah, and these flip arrows just. At first, I was like kind of thinking, oh, you know, I don't really know why he's doing that, but he probably knows something. And the more that this goes on, yeah, he does know something. It feels like they just give so many options and just force Ruby to take initiative. He does get a huge chunk of damage here. One more hit will do it, but now with Dudakov on the OD, is also very close to lethal.
And misses up the button. This is so scuffed watching Metera do the same option. Punish? No? Okay. Whew.
Yeah, okay, so we had these back-to-back moments with the supers. But it feels like Metera is also just kind of a bad match. Like, this is the way that I see it, obviously, and I might be completely wrong, but it feels like it's also just a bad matchup for Ruby personally. Not like an Uno matchup, but like a person matchup, right? Because she has all those ways to just, you know, jump around and then extend her jumping, go for those like multi-hitting projectiles that are just really, like, all of those things are really good against the parry. So they might not be like explicitly good against Uno as like a character, but they're really effective against Ribri's Uno, it feels like, who just once again takes the initiative, but suddenly the rush out is gonna give Dudakov the space. Now back to the corner though, with the 2U.
And no middle for Dudakov, so this could look just like this, la maladie.
This is gonna be a huge amount of damage. Now, with cooldowns, one will do it, but he's gonna use the rush out. Not sure if I like that one, to be fair. Another 2U.
Yes,
yeah,
so the
there's a couple of things that Ruby has started doing. One of them being those 2Us that have really worked, but there's the just a very safe confirmed rights auto combo
like 2L combo, and then just finish it off with a super. But Bree is showing some really nice signs of life here with finding those like buttons that just kind of force Dudikoff to change up his game plan, right? Which is exactly what you want to do, because you really don't want to have just Dudikoff doing 3 games of just flip arrows. That's not it feels good.
Yeah. He's playing more aggressive. Oh, nice parry there. Didn't even know there was a timing here for a punish. And again, no the activation. Heck OD.
Oh, I really like that far heavy into arrow from Dudikoff. Oh,
just close enough to dodge the arrow.
And this is gonna kill. It's just the exact same situation, right? Like Dudikoff in the corner, about 30% of his life remaining, tries to jump out, Ruby's having none of it, and just does the very safe combo into the super to finish it out very safely.
Oh.
I was expecting, I think, another arrow there. Had the parry active.
Good conversion.
Yeah, I felt like this combo would go on for a little bit longer, but the auto tech kicked in there. Maybe just a few frames before the combo would have light, but still a huge life lead here. However, he's in the corner. And this is kind of like one of those things about damage doesn't kill. It's gonna kill with the flip arrow. Yeah, this is one of those things that is a bit of like an unsung thing about Uno. Just has amazing corner carry, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Like even his like most suboptimal combos just have like a huge amount of corner carry. It feels like. Obviously, I could be talking out of my ass because honestly, I've only played against Ruby and no one else plays this character, so...
Mr. Kaboom. Damn!
Just gonna end it with the throw. And that was a lightning fast round. Just... Ruby felt like could not find anything, just... Dudikoff didn't give him an inch to take a breather. Like, honestly, I'm kind of thrown out of it. I didn't expect this round to be over so quickly.
You wanted to talk a much more, but couldn't because it got finished.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ruby's not having any of those mix though. Goes for the high-low mix, but this trusted parry is gonna make quick work of that.
And one thing that I find like quite annoying to see, but like Dudikoff takes advantage of it, is like when he's at 100% mirror, just like this, and he's in the corner, he just plays with the fact that he could OD at any time. And also the fact that Ruby just slows down his pressure. So the last game, he just like 2M, 2 rush, and got around with it.
And honestly, that, I mean, I really want to talk about how sick that rush conversion was from Dudikoff.
Oh,
nice bot dodge.
And
this is gonna be another big conversion. Butterflies are out. Pops one, pops the second one as well. Not too great effect, but doesn't matter because Ruby's in the corner again. And it's not looking good here. Oh, yeah. That's just like the I really need to do something sort of option. Almost a jump scare, but man. So
he was ready.
Yeah, the set starts off with Dudikoff being super comfortable. Then Ruby starts answering, and then. Damn, those last 3 games were just... Honestly, domination for Dudikoff. Just super, super comfortable with what he was doing. And just having none of the... I don't want to say gimmicks, because that's sort of like a negative connotation thing. But having none of those things that Uno has to sort of use in this matchup, right?
Like, yeah, the more the game went on, the more Ruby started actually doing stuff, and the more Dudikoff started being annoying, stopped being annoying to actually play the game. Because, well, all of those arrows at the beginning, Ruby took a little bit of time to adapt to those, and when he adapted, Dudikoff started being a bit more grounded and waiting for him to do mistakes, like using parry too much, jumping in, doing those risky RPS to go in and try to take a turn, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just that
just like as I was kind of like praising that before, I feel like obliged to say that it just feels like even though Ruby has this like sort of parry-centric playstyle, it just kind of comes back to bite him here a little bit, right? Because as Cake said in the chat, like Ruby just leans on that so heavily that at some point it's just you really need to
Not
switch
optimal.
it up.
Yeah, it's not optimal.
And because Uno is sometimes seen as this sort of like pseudo zoner, you know, not switching up your game plan when you're in this like zoner versus zoner matchup is going to be very, very negative for you, honestly, because you're doing a disservice to yourself in a way, is the way I see it, because we know that he has the game knowledge and he knows the options, and he did show a lot of them as well. I feel like in games 2 and 3, but then just kind of defaulted back in the 4th game to kind of his very not exactly autopilot, but more like comfortable, safe space sort of like game plan. Alright, so the next match is going to be
Wombo!
Yeah, Atsu and the Wombler.
The one and only Wombler.
Yeah, the creator of the Weekends. Weekends did not exist before Womble, just in case you didn't know that.
Actually, true.
It was just 4 weekdays. So it's going to be a Vera against Fran. So this is like kind of a bit of an interesting matchup for me, because these are both like kind of like jump scare sort of like damage characters, right? Yeah, he wins and you're like, oh, just looking around for your life.
I'd say Gran damage are explosive and Vera damage are shocking. As well, most of the time you don't expect losing 60% of your life because you jumped in the mid-screen, like my bad man.
You know, I would actually put it in the exact different way. I think Gran is like shocking because you know he has a lot of damage, but you're like, oh, this was more than expected. And then Vera is just like always just high damage, right? That's the way I see it.
I mean, yeah, we could go on and on about this.
It's basically the same thing in a different way. That's a really nice conversion. Unfortunately, going to use the EX put as well. Ooh, big counter hits. Catches that roll.
Yeah. No boots.
Oh, shotgun moment. Yeah, this is gonna kill. This is gonna kill.
So okay,
Absolutely.
does it shock you? Does it shock you, for example?
So not really, because at the point where I'm like 30 or 40% in the corner and I'm hit by shotgun, I know my fate is sealed at this point, right? Like nothing. Yeah, I messed up. Go next. The luck next time. Ooh, 5U.
That's 5U. Well, the thing is, Gran, I want to say that Gran only, even though it's like not true, only has big damage compared to Vera, that is very more optimized character, because she can do so much in neutral, so much in the corner, so much in every single thing, that when you get hit in insult Vera, it hurts, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, roll through. Really like the roll. Don't really like the follow. Okay, 2Q does the cross up. Great blocking there from Tatsu and
Nice. Witches.
Yeah, just ready for that. Doesn't want to play in that range. Is gonna punish the OD just with a simple far heavy into super.
Oh, you being mad at Womble gameplay?
Oh, I have to see this. Let me put on the chance.
Why the
Yeah,
fuck I rolled these? It's like their sentence.
I mean, does have a point. Ooh.
Damn.
Go for it again. Yeah. Only works once. Everyone gets one. But yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Like, I understand why he goes for the roll, but then
the risk reward is just not there, right? Specifically because you're playing against Ram.
Oh.
I
come back. Okay.
Yeah. A little bit more damage.
Ah, no. He won't kill.
Yeah, but
And-
one hit away, getting close to being chipped out, is gonna force Tatsu's hands.
Oh, nice jump in.
So, I don't know if you've played against Womble at any point, but I feel like even though he starts off slow, he ends up doing some really nice adaptations every time we play. We play like a couple of times. And I think this is kind of good for him because this first 2-3 sort of like format for this weekly is gonna be really good for him, honestly. Just as I say this against here.
Ooh, no. Ooh, nice
That's
punch
not a
to
good-
the MTP, and no. Confirm.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, drops the confirm, but then just grabs it back up, right? Because this is sort of a classic. You see your opponent dropping a confirm, and you're like, oh, I have a chance, and you just instantly press something, and it goes back to bite you. It's a
Take
nice
me
jump
again.
in.
Ooh.
Okay, in the corner, there is an install. Gonna have 100 meters soon. MDV, yeah, good option.
Nice roll. The 6 tear down in the neutral. Waiting for the other one to do something.
Ooh, pressed. Yeah, so got
What?
hit by that. There's
Yeah,
the spot
he's ready.
dodge. She's ready. Yeah.
He knows.
I mean, this is such a weird thing for me every time with the MTP because. So I I hate MTP because I always forget to spot dodge it, but in reality it's such a big flaw, right? I know it's like a plus and block TP, but then it's so awkward to use in some of those situations. These are a lot of jump ins that Tatsu is not anti yet. Kind of, I feel like. Ooh, does it TP? I feel like uncharacteristic. Tatsu is usually very keen on doing those anti-airs. Yeah, just gonna get chipped out. But just Womble, it felt like kind of just jumped around like 3 times there in the corner, and Tatsu was just not comfortable with doing anything besides blocking that. I
Mind
feel like-
control.
I mean, to be fair, he did get he did go for a couple of anti-airs before that did get clipped, which led to a huge life lead for Womble. But I don't know. I don't think you should be afraid. It's like a little bit of a confidence thing. Ooh.
Oh, bounce.
Yeah, like you see, you don't expect this damage, right? Like you expect a lot of damage, but I was not expecting like 50% sort of like conversion there.
Okay, yeah, fair point. Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
I like that.
And
Another big one. Not gonna kill this one, but yeah, just gonna
Did
do
he
the...
try to jump again? Probably not. I don't know.
Maybe I want to say. I mean,
You see?
I can absolutely.
And okay, let's hit damage. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Did
this
you just
is
okay? Team
yeah.
interaction, perfect. Damn, that was fast.
This is kind of like a classic thing that happens against Gran. You're in the corner, and you get hit once. You take a lot of damage. You're like, okay, not good, but still alive. Get hit a second time. Okay, you're starting to sweat, and then you're like, okay, I have to do something, and then just gets the close lights. Really like this DP here from Tatsu because it feels like Womble has been kind of getting away with this 5 years a little bit free. Yeah, again, the same thing, right? Like just a smidge late for the anti-air.
Womble should play Charlotta because those are a lot of jumps. Cool combo.
I mean, Womble is a melty enjoyer, so I feel him. It was my first fighting game. Type Lumina was my first fighting game, and going from that into anything else, I was like, oh, I need to stop jumping all the time. Because you really want to be in the air
with some characters, especially in the game, right? And then you go into like your Street Fighters. Oops, your FPS doesn't work. You go into your Street Fighters, your Grand Blues, or whatever's, and you jump, and you're like, oh. I guess Street Fighter not so much actually. The anti-air combos don't really happen unless you're playing as JP right now.
But it's like you jump. Oh, 60% of my life is gone. Right.
Yeah, it's a really bad situation because on his last stock, it feels like Tatsu just started like being more comfortable with everything that Wombo was doing in those past 2 games.
I mean, yeah, fair point from try to complete. Wombo just loves Ryo so much he can't play another character.
Oh yeah,
he's obsessed.
Absolutely.
And ooh, so you there? Wait, that is fucked up. Install Vera OD. What?
that is fucked up. Yes.
And trying to play around? No.
That doesn't kill. I'm pretty sure you got killed there. I'm not sure actually. If you could tell me in the chat, I would really like that. He's gonna kill us well? No!
What is happening? Please! Do something! No, not this! Okay, do something, but not this.
That's really unfortunate. I felt like... So he was in OD. I feel like 4, maybe 5 seconds in, but they were both on just one hit. So I felt like he really should have just leveraged on just using the OD and the advantage of like, oh, okay, for the next 5 seconds I can't get chipped out. You can. My normals can chip you. Let's see if you hold this. Now, I respect the DP. It feels like something I would do in that situation as well. To be fair, so I can't blame him. But what I want to focus on is I feel like Tatsu's just, even though I'm still a little bit critical of him being a little bit scared of doing those anti-airs, which I understand why. He got hit out of his anti-airs, it feels like way too many times. But other than that, it felt like he just had some really solid adaptations, just started like using those DPs more, started like stopping those 5Us, not getting hit by those inverse overheads, and just just went to interactions, I guess, and then you're golden after all that.
Whew.
Alright,
well,
let's take a breather. Next match, who will try to complete? Ferry and Zoe. I'm actually interested in this. I'm really interested in seeing how this matchup is gonna go, because I've never seen this character matchup, and I can't like think who would like. It feels like neither character would like to play this matchup to me.
I mean, okay, first of all, jump scare helicopter, that's a thing. El Dragon, that's another thing, and then there's the Fury Balance. So I think the matchup just goes all around those 3 options.
Yeah, but no one likes doing that. Like, it feels like okay, like if you're playing against Zoe, you don't want to hold the helicopters, and you don't want to hold the El Dragons. And if you're playing against Vera, you don't want to hold like the biggest buttons. So it feels like no one's gonna have fun here.
And Hua is not really ready for either of the options that TTC is presenting.
Yeah, so this is something that TTC leverages a lot when he sees that you're not prepared for it, and it's that. So the helicopter is not a DP, right? It has like really good anti-air properties, but the biggest thing is that when you do that EX helicopter, you're gonna get plus frames, but you can get anti-air, right? So
yeah, but I'd say Fairy kind of sucks on ATS. She could do DP, but wow, it's not the best option.
That is true, but you can just do light DP, because like if you're ready for it, it's a pretty long move, right? But it's a big thing about being comfortable with it, and there's the invulnerability on the 5U.
The dragon catching the spot dodge.
And this is what we talked about on the first match that we saw Hua. That yeah, she has like those incredibly long range buttons, but they extend her hitbox to like a comical effect, right? So you just throw out that for heavy, and you get hit by like the invulnerable 5U counter attack there, and it's like, what? What just happened?
I mean, yeah, and he's trying to give Hua a French visa.
That was that moment. I kind of like that, honestly. A bit of a cake moment in the King channel after all. And I like the initiative that Hua is taking here, trying to go a little bit of the offensive, because honestly, the zoning hasn't really been working out very well.
First thunder.
Yeah. Ooh. Gets caught by a dragon. And it's the thing is, you don't really want to stir down Zoe, right? You don't want to give her the free dragon meter, because then she can just dictate the pace of the game. And when you're a zoner, that's what you want to do, right? You want to be the one that dictates the pace of the game, not your opponent. Yeah, the more I think about it, the less I like this matchup for Fairy, actually.
Yeah.
There's that buffer, right? Let's talk about for heavy into the heavy lasso special. Goes into OD.
And ooh, nice catch. Yeah, he's getting the hopper in here. Going to the corner, trying to do chip damage. Was almost ready for the anti-air.
Yeah, and
But
even
again,
like it was
very sucks.
Yeah, there's the DP now. It doesn't want to hold those plus frames, and honestly, might as well just end it, right? Like you have such a huge life lead that even if you get hit by an optimal, you're still like at an advantageous position.
So much helicopters.
Yeah, like TDC really loves the helicopter. I've been subject to many of those personally, and I know that I know that I say this, it's reactable, you shouldn't let him get away with it. I also understand, it's not like that easy.
Yeah. I haven't played as Zoe in a while, so I can't even say myself. But I would probably have trouble trying to punish this move too.
If anything else, it's just very annoying. And I really like this, so TDC, like, he does this thing, he's done it a couple of times now, where he will set up the Thunder special, and then just charge up. And he's like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna hit me? I'm just gonna 5 you. Are you gonna like run through? You're gonna get hit by the Thunder. That's just a really good setup. It feels like for Fairy to deal with. Oh, there it is again.
They're 50-50 mix up. Will finally land in after all of these attempts.
It feels like, yeah, it feels like TDC just also very much ready to stop those 50-50s, whether it's like with a buck rash or just blocking him a couple of times. So this is a little bit awkward. I'm certain this was an anti-air attempt. Unfortunate. But now you're in the corner.
Who has the reactions? She just can't do it properly because, well, Fairy.
Nice OD. Really to get out of the corner though. Feint does so.
And gets got by Anti Dragon again. Tries to spot dodge the A Dragon, doesn't work.
Yeah, so this is like a bit of a knowledge check situation, right? Because like she could have just run in front of the dragon and be safer. But yeah, you see the dragon and you're like doing the heavy special and you're like, oh fuck, I have to do something. But she absolutely had enough time, it feels like. Another helicopter jump scare.
She got PS for like 500 damage.
Press on the right now.
And with an
yeah.
Just goes out.
Yeah, I mean, she I don't think she could have punished at this point because she had already committed to the
lasso.
Yeah, I want to say the ceiling cling, but there's no ceiling. So.
Yeah, it's just like cartoons in. Oh god.
I'm not sure. I think I saw a spot dodge animation from whoever.
Yes. Yes.
So that was unfortunate.
Probably was close though.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a kind of an unfortunate way to go. So
Yeah.
Zoe has no reversals beside those supers. So who is like, yeah, I mean, GG and press, I guess. But who is sorry, TEC rather, is absolutely ready to say I'm not holding that and shoot out the super. Very respectable, in my
Sickest of
opinion.
RPS. Oh yeah, the
I mean,
sickest of RPS to win the game.
I hate holding the GG OP so much.
I mean, you play
Because-
Belial and Seahawks. Of course, you hate blocking.
Yeah, I mean, so if I wanted to go play against Milia in Guilty Gear, there's like 3 Guilty Gear games with rollback that I could have went to. So I don't want to hold no 50-50s and like GG or disc setups or whatever. And honestly, that's why I like playing Seahawks in this matchup. Being like, safe jumps. No, I'm gonna parry. 50-50s. I'm gonna parry. Just grab me. I don't care. Just kill me. I ain't holding that.
How much damage does grab do? 1,000?
I
I have no idea.
No. Grab is 1.5. I remember because Belial's EX command grab does 2,000 damage if you do the
Easy.
technical input,
Technical.
and does 1.5k damage if you do the easy input. So doing the easy input is the same as doing like a normal grab in terms of damage, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, really cool way to remember it.
So we're just
If
gonna
only
be...
you all had a command grab.
No, don't you start that. We'll just give you a couple of minutes here. We're just going to give Tatsu a moment to arrive. In the meantime, I'm just going to shill a couple of things and just give a couple of updates on some stuff. So,
Well, I love chilling.
Yo, let's go. For the past couple of weeks, we've of course had Ballroom running. Ballroom is currently suspended for a couple of weeks, just while some stuff gets sorted out. But once it comes back, sign-ups will be where they are on the graphic. Join the Discord, exclamation mark Discord in the chat if you haven't already. Sign-ups to those will go live every Monday at midday Central Time. However, that will be starting up again in a couple of weeks. They've been really good fun though, and people seem to really enjoy them so far. So I'm going to keep on doing them once they're back. It's been a good old time. Something that is coming up though, and I'm absolutely going to be shilling. It's my great honor to be shilling it and be involved with it again. Is as I'm sure a few of you are aware, 24th through 25th of February we have Outplayed 2024 coming up, and
Yo.
I am ecstatic about this. It was one of the best events I went to this year. It was just fantastic. The community vibe that's there is amazing, and I think for us guys as well, for the people who are interested in playing Rising, this is our first Rising confirmed major for next year. So hop along to that. I'll be helping out run that. For people who still want to be playing your base Grand Blue, I'm keeping up my commitment of wherever event I would be at. Base Grand Blue will be there as well. So I'd imagine there is going to be some base Grand Blue action happening as well. But sign-ups to that are live right now. Start.gg/outplayed2024. And hey, I hope to see as many of you there as possible.
Yeah, that's big. Always nice to have some offline Grand Blue.
Hell yeah.
Regardless of version, honestly. And remind me, where is the event? I don't remember where Outplay
It's
is.
in Vienna. It's in Vienna, in Austria.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like there's a few people that will be there just by. I feel like we have a bunch of like people from Germany who's like pretty close to Austria, right? So maybe they're gonna be going, hopefully. But honestly, just I know there's like a lot of. I don't want to say negativity. I want to say just people withhold reservement for Rising. So obviously there's changes that we still are looking forward to seeing before the release of the game, as quote-unquote promised. But I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, in those first like majors and tournaments, whether they are EU, NA, JP, whatever. I think it's going to be an exciting time. And honestly, I mean, what a splendid, great, magnificent graphic with a very low tier character on the event. Who needs so much help and buffs and everything. Yeah, so got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of events. I'm playing Offline Grand Blue. I think next week there's a regional in Greece. So
What did you say?
Yeah, so there's a regional in Greece in next week. It's like real big for Tekken and stuff. It's gonna be like sort of a major actually for Tekken. But I'm actually gonna be able to play some Offline Grand Blue myself.
Yo,
So I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't checked the Start GG in a while. It's probably gonna be a smaller bracket, but I mean honestly, any sort of like opportunity to play some Offline Grand Blue, always good. Like regardless of like, it could be like just 3 people. I don't care. Just want to play some game, you know.
And okay, one thing, kind of ashamed to admit it. I didn't know where Austria was until like 5 seconds ago. And why is it shaped like a chicken nugget?
Wait, now I have to check whether or not.
Bro,
it is
While they're
actually-
real quick, while they're checking that, guys, is the team tournament tomorrow Chile's one? Was it delayed? Just generally asking the chat here as well.
What? Wasn't it last week?
I thought it
Wait,
was last week.
It's
but
Spanish.
maybe...
Yeah, it's another one.
Oh, the thing that I'm doing. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, come along tomorrow to Red King's FGC, their Twitch channel, where you can see a fantastic UK versus Spain 5v5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally did not forget about that. That'd be
Oh,
silly
God.
of me. That'd be really silly, wouldn't it?
No, this is just intense.
But yeah, I don't have the graphic for that, unfortunately, but you can find that on Twitter. And yeah, that's happening tomorrow at 5:30 Central. There'll be a ping when it goes live. I hopefully won't forget that one. But for that, we'll let our sets continue.
I was really confused at first. Like, Mr. President did like a second team tournament, hit the towers or something. But that's a different thing, right? That's the UK against. I don't remember what the other one was. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm not laughing about you, but I'm laughing about the chat shitting on the UK apparently because they're going to get shit on tomorrow.
It's customary to be shitting on the UK. I mean, the UK people shit on the UK themselves.
Thanks,
yeah,
guys.
thank you, Light. Yeah, Light is going to be an honorary UK player, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
So that's going to be exciting. Hopefully this next match is going to be just as exciting. Brookery against Triangle Blade. Let's see. So Triangle Blade going through the second, I guess. I mean, I know Uno is not exactly a zoner, but he also kind of is. So let's see how TBC fares in the second.
Yeah, he likes to control the mid range, we'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And oh, nice run up. Yeah, he's not wasting any time.
That was I think it was a drop. Unfortunate. Gonna get the throw
Nice frame trap.
into the butcher, yeah.
Cool combos. Doesn't do any damage, but gets the. Oh god.
Yeah, so this is one of those things that TDC just absolutely loves doing. Back rush. If you're playing a CDC in tournaments, you have to look out for it. Like, those options that are going to lose to it, he's going to use it, absolutely. So, Ruby wasn't ready for it, but doesn't matter. Just going to get the excellent Russian and the first round. Big counter here, I think that was a tech attempt, if I saw that correctly. It's not going to be
Not sure.
huge damage, but... Woohoo! Yeah, now you're approaching
Big
the
city! Big city! Plus frames, I love plus frames. Mid!
Yeah, you know who doesn't like plus frames? TDC trying to press against the unlimited mid works. And is going to get promptly executed by that. Ooh,
And oh,
that was a very... I feel like
oh,
that was a very wishful jump there, but absolutely works. So, overhead jump scare is gonna hit.
And again using the parry and oh,
Yeah.
the Pharaoh is going to dodge the M Dragon and punishing, trying to complete at the same time. And, oh my god, I love it. I love it. And oh no, the dodge was a little too much preemptive, I'd say. Oh,
That
Wow.
was
Wow.
very silly to look at. The parry on the helicopter because of the multi-hit property, just like making it look like the game has a bit of a freak out. Ooh,
oh.
is ready to reverse this one. Is not going to kill. I think this was simple inputs judging by the damage because it was nowhere to enough drive as well. Yeah.
Mid. I love mid. Oh, no more mids though.
Okay, now let's see what's gonna be. So Go players in lethal now. And he's gonna do it. Approaching Cheap very closely. Oh, that's a parry.
Oh, okay. I just noticed something weird. The mirror gain after the mid install is really done because walking doesn't give any more mirror, but like doing attacks on blocks gave him like 40%. I don't know.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think any of us really knows the inner workings of the Uno mechanics. That's a nice side swap. Trying to take Bribri to the corner.
Ace
Is there now?
Ace Dragons.
Oh, does not convert. I'm really sure you got up there. Oh, just a frame to close there from dodging the OT as well. Plus frames, more plus frames.
And nice rush.
That's a very nice rush. And TDC, yep, coming alive in this second game.
And oh, again, the interaction. These ground bounces on counter 8. Really enough. And yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's ready.
Something really impressive that you can do with you know the 5U is that if there's a multi-hit, you have to know the timings of each 5U parry and know how much like hits it does to how do you say it? I'm not concentrated.
Do you have to like repeat the input?
Yes.
That's kind of crazy.
Yes.
I had no idea. I thought this was like just press it and like as long as you're in hits it happens. That's kind of crazy. Oh, okay.
You just have to repeatedly press it.
Okay. I see. So now TBC on a sliver of health, but we'll disregard that and kill with the super.
I'm not in the match at all. I'm still shocked by the fact that Austria is shaped like a chicken nugget.
No, okay, this is absurd because like it doesn't matter. Like you can take any country and it would look like a chicken nugget because chicken nuggets don't have a defined like sort of like shape.
Okay, go find a chicken nugget shaped like France. Okay, no, actually, that it can happen. It can happen. It can happen.
Like if you said go find like I don't know. So if you say Italy or if you say Greece, yeah, those are like great shapes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like everything else, you can just kind of just say it looks like a nugget, because it's like a just undefined sort of like shape that goes around.
Okay, what about a tender? Does that work?
Maybe.
Like a tender.
Maybe.
Ah, just maybe. Well, this
I have to look at Austria again. Who it will kill?
Oh.
Okay. Going off from the tangent. So, it feels like I don't know. This matchup is really weird to me again. Like, okay, so I say this a lot, but I feel like every Zoe matchup is kind of weird to me because she's one of the more unique characters. Let's say that. Ooh, that's a.
You're saying that Zoe is an interesting character against Uno.
I think she's one of the more interesting characters in general. So I feel like when I'm trying to think, what the matchup is gonna be against Zoe, it's always like, I don't know. I don't know, like, cause like in theory she doesn't really have those like more universal tools. Doesn't have the reversal. Her Antia is a little bit unorthodox. Her projectiles are based on the Dragon Bar and everything, but
oh, well, okay. Those are fair points.
It kind of works. And there's the plus. Like that was a block into the blast frames, and then you have to hold this sort of mix.
No validate.
I think that overhead. Actually, no, never mind.
Wall bounced.
At first I thought that overhead was going to be part of the dragon setup, but I think it was just way too late for that. It was probably just to try and get those extra frames.
Oh, the cheeky.
And it feels like those past 2 games, it's just been TDC domination, kind of. It's not that Bribri hasn't been doing things, it's just that either they have not been working, or it's just that the conversions that TDC has been getting have been just so much like more effective. And just as I say, this is going to be a pretty good conversion here in the corner from Bribri.
And this is so interesting. Like TTC is overflowing Bribri with a lot of little things that in the end adds up to like Bribri not knowing what to do, like exactly in this situation. And the cheeky turn being stolen.
I really didn't think this would work. I thought he would get hit out of the.
Oh, damn the punish.
I think get out of the H-Dragon, but I guess not. Ooh, TDC is ready for that. Nice smash. I'm sorry, when it worked in Sabari.
And this will kill.
Yeah, this will certainly end it.
That will bonus kill.
That's a 3-1 to TDC. That was honestly pretty commanding. I expected this to go to the full 5 games. Damn, honestly.
Yeah, like you said, TTC just gained the advantage over the Moto game last day, the Morrigan advantage over Pringles. No, Bribri Uno.
And it's just the thing about. So this is like a bit of a weird dichotomy again, where parry is good, but I don't think you want it to be like it's great when it's like your layer 1, but then it just kind of stopped working midway through the set, especially against those helicopters, right? So TDC would just like get all those plus frames, and he was like, okay, strike through mix, or would just extend his pressure even further by doing those universal overheads that would hit, which is then again more plus frames. And then at some point, like especially because you have the extra time, right, to adapt in the first 2-3, I really wanted to see Bribri kind of adapt to those things a little bit more, if that makes sense. Because we know that he can do that. It's not like beyond him, right? Like he absolutely has the ability and the game knowledge to like stop those universal overheads and hear those helicopters. So we want to see a little bit more of that. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but we get another one of those. So I don't know anything about your matchups, obviously, but I feel like this is kind of similar to the Vera thing that we talked about like much earlier, right? That the risk reward here is very much skewed in favor of Grab, right? But though, to be fair, Grab does have like worse neutral buttons compared to Vera, so you can be more comfortable with like running that mid-range offense.
Yeah, so that makes the matchup a little more enjoyable to play. I'm talking about experience here. And Tuo yipping his way, not ready for the easy jump out of the corner. A good match, damn. Tuo is a Street Fighter 6 player.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Yuo, okay.
I mean,
Grand
okay.
had 200k damage. Health, I mean.
I've seen things, especially with Yule. I mean, I feel like I'd never be sure. And this is a 214x jump scare for both players on the round start. Fatu is gonna get the better of that interaction.
Let's go, yes.
In the corner now for 2-0.
Yeah.
That's a big hit. Oh, it doesn't wall bounce. Yeah, if it was a wall bounce, I mean, I want to say it might have even killed. And this is kind of like a one interaction, sort of like life discrepancy, right? Ooh. Yeah, that's it. No shot. This isn't kill. Every other character does an SPA. I'm not sure if this kills. Probably not.
Well would have killed.
SPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dead. Like with a CH slur as well. Ooh. That's a nice counter hit. Into the corner. Nice block from Tatsu there. I think it's very interesting every time when those clashes happen to see what each player does, because it kind of shows that how I feel like each player approaches the game in a way, right?
Yeah.
Some people will DP, some people will spodge. Okay, I was about to say this won't kill, right? And then
I haven't checked the health. I was thinking about the clash interactions.
Yeah, I just like I'm about to say it doesn't kill, and then I just remember like a minute ago I'm saying it will kill.
Grand.
Yeah, but still like I was kind of not sure. Oh. Yeah, so this is like a very high sort of like it feels very one-sided for both players in a way, right? So like what happens is one player would take the other one to the corner, and then if they escape, the other player is then to the other corner. Ooh.
Nice.
That's a nice bait.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh no, that was a combo.
Yeah, and he was about to get the optimal there, right? Because he did have the extra distance to do the big damage combo. This will kill, however. Yeah. I mean.
Cool wheel rush.
This is a bit of a confession to the bros, but when I started playing the game, I really wanted to play Yule because I thought her design was really cool. Yeah, so like she was one of those 5 characters that I really wanted to try out, and then I realized that she has like specific combos that happen in specific situations to happen. And I was like, I'm playing a new game. I don't want to do that. So I mean, this has the effect. Yeah, that every time that I see those combos that have the Fox Flame in them or the Stance 2H in them, I'm just really excited to look at them. I don't know. I think it's really cool.
I mean, as a rule of thumb, if you're playing Yule, if you're far away, 2H. If you're up close, don't go for the big combo, you go for the close M. And if you don't know, go into stance, do a 2H. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't hit, go back to neutral, and you have a recon advantage.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure I would have been able to do it, but then, like those months ago, I was like, I'm not doing that. I mean, I want to say this was grand damage, but yeah, looking at the second runner, no, it was just normal damage.
And also, maybe Duo is using the backflip a little too much, especially in just neutral situations where it doesn't do a lot of things. One thing you could do more too is when he does a normal backflip, he has plus frames and is way too much scared of like the opponent doing a DP in, so he just kind of loses his stun. Even though here Tatsu is really willing to say yes to using DP, he shouldn't take that much space in his head, because then he's pressured to start to be clunky and he can lose stun by just grand mashing.
Okay, that's some nice deep insights, because I wasn't considering that at all, to be fair. Now this is also very okay, VOD.
Tricky.
Yeah, I was about to say this is gonna be a very bad situation for Tatsu because he's getting uncomfortably low on life, and then to have the OD there to chip out. Doesn't matter. Tatsu is going to try to get out of the corner and will be getting anti-hit promptly. Two are one of those players that I'm really scared to jump against, honestly. One of those like PhD anti-air sort of players, I feel like. At least that's my perception. So So always nice to see that I'm not insane and my perceptions are at least somewhat founded on reality. Oh, so you got this into the corner again. It feels like this is, again, I don't know, this is how I feel like about this match. Is just interaction into the corner, and then the rest of the game is the person trying to jump out to steal that. Which, I mean, yeah, it's a fighting game. That's what happens, but it just happens so fast. Like, it feels like we just fast forward to that interaction during the set.
Also, I like when you say something, the opposite happens. Like right now, they're playing the neutral game in the mid stage.
I know! Like, can this stop happening? Because it's been happening, like, from the very first game. This is not cool. Okay,
I said
UH. Okay, it goes for the front.
Okay, deep grab. Also, another thing, the backflip of fuels. I was going to say to give numbers here, but like on EX version, the 2 slashes upwards, likewise, are +2. The thing that goes downwards is -4 on EX versions. So you should always take your turn on the thing that goes downwards, which most players knows. Oh,
While you were
yeah.
talking about this was just the most stereotypical grand gameplay. Just let me just hit you twice and explode you. 2 like absolutely optimal combos. I feel like both the Rash Punish and the corner combo. Oh, speaking of optimal, big CH counter hits. Yeah, it's dual damage. It's still good.
Deep setups.
Yeah.
Deep setups.
Nice jump out. Yeah, this is an insurmountable life lead. It feels like Duo is gonna get the perfect, is gonna get the 2-1.
Believe in victory.
One real cool thing that you can install with your gameplay is that when you do like anything into Air Solid Sky, if you do a lot of backflips, at some point the opponent will want to go like run up and attack you because they want to take a turn back. So if they don't expect it, you can actually just smash and do other thing, and you will get so much reward if you manage to feel the mental of the opponent. And that happens way more than you would think, to be honest.
Yeah, that does make sense. I feel like this is something that has happened to me a lot when I'm playing against Na, right? We had like a bit of a stint where we were playing like a ton of matches in brackets the month before, and I felt like even though I should have been comfortable with a lot of those setups, it just ended up not being able to properly respond to them. Okay, doesn't get the conversion from this well there, but doesn't matter. He's going to close at this round regardless.
That was a missing punch grabbed. I heard it. Really weird.
It feels like just what Tuho has changed, which is just very effective, is that he's no longer letting Tatsu just get out of scot-free from like either trying to escape pressure or trying to escape the corner, which felt like he was kind of doing the start. And at the same time, it feels like Tatsu has started becoming a little bit more scared of Yule's pressure here. Like, feels like Tuo is getting away with a criminal amount of Foxfires and those like resets with 236L.
Yeah.
Backrow incidents is gonna get TP'd and close it out. Yeah. I mean, you're in a very precarious situation there as Tatsu, right? Because you're very close to getting chipped out. You kind of need to do an OD, but you can just like do a free OD after the grab there.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Evening.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what Saki said in the chat is exactly what I was talking about. Like, it feels like just Starlit Sky after Starlit Sky, and then more pressure, and then more like Foxfires.
Foxflame, you mean?
Yeah.
Foxflame.
Foxfire. Oops.
I mean, it works.
It's
Fuck fires, fuck flames, kind of the same thing.
it's effectively the same thing. So let's just say that it's not too wrong, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What the other thing that Sokka says is also true. If that DP was blocked, there's a very real chance that Yule dies. But I mean, I think it's even if you don't have that in mind, I think it's like sort of reasonable risk to take. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not. I kind of send my DPs, to be honest. I'm a bit of a.
I can say.
I'm a bit of a criminal with those, so maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about that ever.
I mean, I feel like as a commentator, you can say stuff that you don't do in your gameplay, because well, you're commentating.
Yes,
but it does feel pretty ironical.
Time.
It feels so ironic to say, hey, yeah, anti-air man, why are you doing it? But you don't anti-air yourself.
Oh,
like,
yeah, absolutely, yeah. For sure. But like on those ZPs, I know that sometimes they can be wrong, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I would have done the same, I understand you. You just want to press it.
But you still have to say it as a commentator because, well, you notice something, you have to correct it.
Yeah, that is true.
It's the commentator Sharingan, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's how it works.
Now, I really want to see how Yu does here, because I know that Yu has been kind of through the hyperbolic time chamber specifically for this matchup. So I think it was 2 weeks ago on a Chelly bracket where Yu was handed his only loss against Desli, and then they run an FT10, which wasn't. I think Desli won fairly convincingly, and then the next week that they played, Yu just absolutely smashed Desli. So I really want to see how he does against Studio Cosmos as well.
And I feel like he knows how to maneuver around material stuff just like this.
Oh,
that's American reset? American reset?
Yeah.
We love those.
Doesn't matter. We take those. We take the win. Unfortunate, honestly, because you really don't want to give Studio Cosmos like extra chances there. Nice blocking on the high-low.
Yo, such a cool defense there. Yu is ready for anything that Material can, like, offer.
Did you block that? I didn't block it. I never blocked that.
Oh,
that's interesting. I didn't know that this how it works. So I've been like kind of not a huge fan of all those Luminaires that you guys are throwing out, but I just realized that when Luminary is actually out, she blocks the arrows. So that's kind of cool. I want to see if this is gonna get more applications here.
And like, wow, it's so cool to see just you maneuvering around everything, coolly like this. Ooh. Look, this wall. Oh my god!
Yeah.
See?
Wow. Yeah. Okay, this one I didn't expect.
I hate it here.
That's why I found it shocking. Like, you just hear, oh, okay, I got hit, and you just get hit by a cinematic ass combo. Like, why? Why?
It's not the damage that is surprising, but the wall bounce. Like, I felt like it was so far from that wall.
Yeah.
I just would have never expected to wall bounce.
It's just a conversion and the cinematic like combos that last forever.
Yeah.
And as I'm saying this, well, Matera does her stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Matera does have those cutscene conversions as well, from time to time. Gonna close it out with a.
Yeah, but at least hers looks cool.
No comments. I think most characters have pretty cool combos in this game, so I know that people don't like to see like the Matera and the Jira combos, but even those I think look pretty cool. So no further comments here.
I mean, the thing is with the Jetta, most people see the same, so that's why they complain.
Yeah. It's
the only thing.
It's a good cutscene, so.
I mean, yeah. I love getting hit by her Rekka mid-stage and I'm in the corner. Wow.
Unlucky.
Unlucky. I should have played better.
So Dudikov is going to bring it back very quickly on this second match to even the score. Oh,
And
that's a bit
combo.
of a bit of an uncharacteristic drop, but doesn't matter. Still in a very advantageous position. And what I wanted to say on the previous round, but the round was over way before I could have went into that point, is I feel like when Matera has the OD and the range advantage is just such an both annoying. Oh, there's the streaming. Everyone says that.
No.
Just streaming Dudikov, right? Yeah. But it's such a very great position to be in. And again, as I'm trying to go into this point, is the round that Dudikov loses the OD, but doesn't matter. He's gonna get that conversion. That was a really cheeky
Jump
football.
arrow.
Yeah.
And
But
plus
works exactly as you wanted to. Okay, the spot dodge to try to hold this.
Oh.
That's not good.
Not really.
And just has to spend the meter instantly for that rush that you just gained through the blood and tears of the CRPS. More plus frames.
Oh no.
Oh, into the combo, into the kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was pressing low on the god. He saw a jump, then pressed up, but Dudikov went low.
Yeah,
too scuffed.
it's like the Matera, like what she does, right? Like she has this high lows, very reminiscent of yes. To me, in my mind, is a bit like Ino from Guilty Gear, right? She has a kind of the hover dash. Yeah, this is the big combo. Just a casual 30 plus hits with butterflies to do half the damage that Gran would do in 5 of those. Ooh, that's a nice spot dodge. Big damage.
A zoomer. Look at that zoomer.
Oh, yeah, went for
Why
the
does it
first.
feel? Why does it feel like you is acting like he's in Solvera when he's not? Like,
I mean, OD is sort of an install. Nice.
I mean,
job there.
fair point.
And I think to respond in a more kind of serious manner, I think Yu is just very comfortable with the way that Vero operates even without Enso, to the point where he just... So I know that he's labbed basically almost every Luminera setup, both in install and out of install. So I feel very comfortable with saying, oh, he knows what he's doing when he has Luminera out.
Makes sense, yeah. And
Yeah.
nice SO.
Yeah, Dudikov is ready there. This worked the previous time, not gonna work this one.
Plus frames.
And this is another one of Matera's unsung sort of strengths, right? She's really good at escaping the corner. Yeah, and this
Damn,
is
a
the
lot of bugs.
OD. And it feels very rough, right? When Matera is...
Ooh.
Spot dodge.
Wall bounce?
I did not expect that. Yeah, it's gonna wall bounce.
Oh my god, why?
And just as I was about to...
Damage.
Okay, this is criminal. Every time I'm trying to say something, it stops being true. I was about to say, okay, Dudikov has this really commanding lead with the OD, and has the perfect range to fuse that, and then Yu approaches, and then the spot dodge into the corner, and then as I'm about to say, oh, this is looking really bad for Dudikov just gets the hit back and kills. I mean, I don't want to say anything. This is pretty good. It's not good.
Oh. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us.
Anyway, so Yu with
that's
the
not
OD
a-
again. Oh, does not connect the conversion.
Yeah, at this point, it feels like they're dancing around each other. So cool. Look. Oh,
It's hit by the sound overhead.
he was ready for the butterfly coming off. And it went out again during the combo? Look at this!
Yeah, I mean, so
This-
Yu has been hit by a bunch of those high lows, but has also blocked so many of them.
Yeah, I mean, at some
Dudikov
point,
is gonna close it 3-1, but honestly,
3-1 already?
yeah, I felt like if anything else, you just did a really good job overall with the blocking most of those mix-ups. However, Durakoff will take it. Was a bit more comfortable, feels like, in the matchup.
I mean, it
Which
feels
is
like at some moment you're bound to be hit, even though you're super good, you react to everything. At
yeah,
some moment,
you have
especially
to.
left the tree.
Yeah, you can block everything, but at some point you have to take the initiative, right? You have to get that hard knockdown to start running your offense, and it's one of those matchups where, again, I mean, obviously I'm not an expert in anything about Matsura or Thura, but it feels like it's one of those matchups where being an install is more important than in others, right? So maybe a little bit of the install-less gameplay coming back to bite you a little bit. Again, I could be wrong on this one, but this is the way that I feel about this one specifically. Now this is one that I don't think it's a very interesting matchup about Zoe. I think this is gonna be. I said exactly. I don't think. So I think this is gonna be a matchup that's much more about those mid-range sort of like footsies between those three characters. So it's much more of a standard sort of like matchup, both for Yuel and for Zoe. Who, yeah, tries to get the edge where I think.
Corona handshake.
Social distancing. Yeah.
Yeah, got into primitive VOD, and
I was pretty certain that TDC was going to use meter, was just not sure whether or not it was going to be the OD or the back shifts. It's going to be the OD. Another.
What? That was really close to hitting.
Yeah, so that was like another case of just both players in OD in the corner, very close to lethal for both of them. I like the idea of CDC trying to go for the super, but I think he was expecting the follow-up, and Tuko just went for the U follow-up there, right? Yeah.
He just went for the cancel, I just waited. And, the melody! Didn't expect this to do it.
Big damage.
And nice
speed,
though.
Yeah. He does not want to hold the dragon, understandable.
Yeah, does not care. Nice OD on the grab. Yeah, weird situation. Low on health, but on OD, so it doesn't matter if you get chipped out or not.
Yeah, that was a great interrupt there, and it's gonna get the spodge.
He was waiting. He was ready.
Yeah, it does not have the cooldown to convert it out to anything more meaningful, unfortunately. But both players basically lethal at this point. Ooh, does not get the pickup there. Yeah, and he's gonna do another universal overhead into the counter hit, into the combo to close out the first game. And this is kind of like a bit of the plight. Oh, again! Yeah, this is a bit of the plight of Zoe, it feels like. So we were talking about how Tuo kind of went away with a lot of Starlit Sky resets and Fox Flames. But in this matchup, it's much harder to not get away with those, right? Zoe doesn't have the meterless reversal, doesn't have any really good options to stop those things, and she doesn't have the huge like explosive damage to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna focus out, right? It feels like Tuo is aware of that. He has been doing a lot of this Fox Flames to reset the pressure, and then frustration kicks in. You press a button, and unfortunately you get clipped.
Also, Tuo doing a lot more of setups because, well, no DPs to make it annoying to deal again. And
big anti-air. Ooh, that's gonna be a big combo.
Yeah. And catches the early frame of the Ghost Age. And yeah, minus it's plus now.
It's a nice setup as well. Those things with the thunder that TDC is doing, but it feels like Tuo is just very comfortable with kind of just blocking that. Most people are not, but he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna block it. Force TDC's hands. Now, TDC is no D, so you probably don't want to be blocking all that. Eventually, is gonna get hit. But does not commit to hook combo.
He just dropped out of nowhere. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, and 2 is just instantly capitalizing against that. And now we're even. No meter. Both players have effectively the same health pool.
And, nice jump on the Dragon. Damn.
I'm not sure if TDC had time to block there, but
No, it was.
Oh
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
punish.
I was about to say he went for the low, and then I forgot that that's not Wheel's lows. So
Yeah.
that was a nice jump, regardless.
I mean, yeah. Again, I'm not sure you can make the backlist plus. At least I've never seen a UO make M backlist plus. Even though if you at the edge of it, you're still a little bit minus. So even though 2 is taking advantage of that little hoop hole, he can do much about it because it's still a little bit plus. No, a little bit minus. Sorry.
Just gonna steal the corner very effectively there. Oh, okay, yeah. Very early. Yeah,
Take too much.
getting a bit too cute at this point, right? Like the first reset, yes. The second one is a bit too much. And now both players know Z. TDC with a slight advantage, both in terms of how much OZ meter has left
Oh!
and life, but not in a great position in the corner. Ooh,
No. Should have mashed.
Is gonna
Okay,
kill
nice
this
plan.
one.
Oh! A lot happened in their heads there. I'm sure of it. Then
Ooh, that's a big counter hit. You don't want to get hit by that.
And oh, he
And it's-
could play too much.
Ever since you said it as well, I've been noticing it as much more that 2-0 has been going for those setups much more liberally compared to other matchups. And it makes sense, right? Like, we talked about why this happens.
Smash.
But it's just
And
not a fun time for TDC to be holding these. Now
to
back
be
to the
honest,
other corner.
it feels good as you all to hit those setups. So I don't blame him.
Yeah, understandable. Ooh, he's gonna
Nice jump
hit
scare.
with the...
See, again, if you're not sure if it ball bounces, stands 2H. If it hits, it hits.
Yeah, understandable. But I mean, this one was very clearly going to wall bounce, right? Like, you get hit by the row EX Celeste guy from a third distance. This is going to be basically like a counter hit as well, I'm pretty sure. This is going to be like an optimal starter, right? Nice little turn there. Set up. Goes for the low. Ooh, we're starting getting counter hits.
So much stuff happening in TTC brain, it can't even decide what to do. Oh, nice backshift OS.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I feel like, one of Yule's strengths, right? Like, she does have the ability to mental stack you, because she does have a lot of options that, even though, yeah, none of them is, like, particularly insane or anything, they are quite different in their function, right? So you have to kind of, like, try to consider everything, especially when you're, like, down 2-0, right? And with the huge life lead that 2-0 has, I think it's understandable. TDC doesn't want to try to mash, but unfortunately is going to do it after the first time. I feel like kind of scared of getting thrown, but also, I mean, 2-0 hasn't really represented that. But I mean, you're on a life state where literally anything is going to kill, so you feel obliged to try something, right? So unfortunately, is going to try to go for the mash instead of like the tech. Is going to die, and well, again, this was another 3-0 that I felt like wasn't so much of a 3-0. Mostly due to the fact that TDC did show constant, I would say, signs of life, but in the end, it also felt quite commandingly into his favor, right? Was very comfortable, as we said, with those setups, with the pressure, and just taking it, not rushing things, just pressure into, let's see when you press, let's do, a bunch of all those strike through setups as well, and just run away with it.
Also, one thing that Duo did once at the end of the match is is spacing the stance 5H, the like going forward with the two swords and stuff. Most of the time it will be minus, but it's some really weird setup that I've dug out with on what Swai did a while ago. There's a lot of cool setup that makes it plus, so you can steal turns on the characters that doesn't have a DP, because well, even though it's in a way that makes it plus, you can DP out of it.
It's also
like
that
it's
Zoe.
like the wait, it's like the Veseragas like charge, tackle setups that makes it plus. Same
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It's also that Zoe doesn't really have a great button to press after this, right? So like when it's spaced properly, even if you're like -1 or -2, it's not like a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
What is a huge deal is this install. That's
And
gonna be the very second rather interaction of this match.
Yeah, the start of the trauma is being shown here. One mistake, you lost a lot of your life.
Yeah, I mean, Yu is notorious as well for those installs, and I like to see him live up to the name, because it felt like in previous matches he was a bit scared to use it. But I think it's very... Ooh, that was a really cool conversion there. I wish it could have went further. But yeah, as I was saying, I think it's also about the risk reward thing, right? Like when you get hit out of your 5U against your, you're not very concerned, right? That's going to be a counter hit. That's going to be the very first round to you. I mean, we saw this matchup before, right? Between those two players in top 8, and it was a 3-0 for Yu, so obviously really curious to see if Duo can bring it back. And it was the first 3-0 that we talked about, feeling like it was longer as well.
Yeah.
But right now, Yu is feeling good. He's doing Vera stuff, he's doing damage, he's getting the 5Us.
Keeping the pressure.
Yeah, let's see how this round's gonna go.
Wrong punish on the solid guy. Yes. Is have to go into a rush combo. Probably could have went to install, but I don't know.
You know, I kind of feel like this would wall bounce without the rush, but you really wanted to get the full damage there, so it's understandable. And I mean, back to 100 meter as well, you know? Just a little bit of a 0 meter gain improvement. And the spot is gonna... Oh, I don't know if... I think it was maybe just a frame or two off to get the full punish, but doesn't matter. It's gonna get... is gonna win the next interaction and finish it with the super. So evening it out. Ooh. That's Vera's line. Starting off this one for H. That's Vera's line. Okay, gonna get the 2L. No wall bounce. But we're gonna get a combo into install, I think.
A single mistake is snowballing into a lot of health loss.
Yeah, and the limit pressure is just not something you really like to hold at this point. What can you do, right? Like you don't want to, you can't DP basically. You can't lash. This is exactly where you want you to be.
Oh.
Okay, wall bounce. Trying to bring it back. Has the 100 meter. Let's see if he wants to go into OD.
It will surely go into OD.
Nice DP.
Right now. No? Could have went into OD while the...
I feel like you would be ready to get that specifically. Is gonna get the conversion and is gonna kill. Yeah, this is the good thing about this super, right? The vacuum effect that it has. That was a very nice conversion, like catching you out of the air into those 2 hits into the super.
Yeah,
very nice.
Ooh. And
yeah. So this is another thing that Duel does that a lot of people don't like. I feel like to hold. Which is the JU, right? Which is no combo. You're not exactly like you're +1, but you're also safe.
Really weird. Right? No, it can be -1. You can be +1.
Yeah, it's very much about the spacing. Yeah. So everyone, when they get hit by that, they're also not very sure like what do I want to do here, right? So like
even I am not sure.
Yeah, this ambiguity kind of sometimes works in favor of your.
Duo drops a combo that could have ended the round. Okay. the grabs catches back the mistake from earlier. Ooh.
Yeah, and 2-0 looking much more live prior to the previous meeting of the two players. It feels like. I mean, again, it was a bit of a kind of a close hit in my opinion, but still, it feels like 2-0 is much more comfortable with like running his pressure and just not pressing against you, which is where Vera wants you to be, right? Like, wants you to be in those frame traps, wants you to be in that Lumi pressure. And this is this is a little bit of a criticism to the lack of install, because this sort of like pressure string from Yu lasted so long that I feel like if he was an install, he would have built back up at least like 40, maybe 50 meter there.
Oh, probably 60, 70.
Yeah, it's kind of like missing out, it feels like. Now, doesn't have the meter for the rush, is gonna build it. And 2-0 very close to getting chipped out. Can't convert all of that.
And
low.
nice jump.
Yeah, but you're like in a very bad position here, right? Like you're basically dead to rights from anything. You have to OD to survive, but you don't have the spacing for it. And all those like advancing specials from Vera are going to kill you, right? So you have to take a risk there.
Oh,
A nice CP. You say risky, I say nice when it works, right?
Exactly. And could have went to a bigger combo there, but we take the damage. Oh, we take the conversion too. Nice cooldown cycling.
Ooh, big anti-air, not going to convert.
Yeah.
But now,
Could have been sick.
regardless of VOD, this is basically one interaction in favor of 2-0 to close this out. No, it does not do the Scarlet Sky. It goes for Oxflame. I don't know if this was a misinput.
No,
or
because
something.
when you do the easy input, quarter circle forward into skill button. If you do the skill button too early, it goes into Fox Flame.
Yeah. Okay.
So unfortunate. Could have got the game.
Yeah. Like he was about to kill and then just gets hit by the Vera Super, which is very highly damaging, obviously.
Oh.
And
bad.
yeah, this is really unfortunate. Was about to get the 2-0 and now Yu is evening it out. And this is, one of those really bad situations. Ooh, big conversion. I did. Okay. Yeah, I did. Okay. You're right. I didn't expect that. I can't say it. I didn't think this would be nearly as big. And it's one of those situations when you're in bracket where even if you're a seasoned player, even if you've been through this dance a million times before, it still weighs on you, right? When you make a mistake like this and you're like, it can get to you. And to me, I don't know if you can see it, it feels like 2-0 in this round was a little bit more reckless and just did things a little bit... That's a nice conversion. Did things a little bit, more emotionally, if you may. Ooh, that's a nice high view. And now in install with full meter as the setup. Ooh.
And still plus somehow.
It's not a drop if it works. It's a setup.
American resets.
Ooh. Is ready for the DP. That's a nice bait.
Just like you said, one single mistake made Duo's mental collapse to making you lose a second game really quickly.
Yeah, like this game was kind of a wash. It feels like just you from start to finish, just doing everything he wants. Let's see if Duo can bring it back.
Wow.
I mean, he can bring it back. Let's see if he has the mental capacity to just rein himself in and not let those two, let's say 3 rounds, get to him. Now, has the good position here in the corner. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
Okay, he's not in.
But does not get the punish. Okay, now hopefully there's no Z.
So much RPSs, nothing is happening well this round.
Ooh.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. I mean,
he won't kill. Okay.
Oh, it does go. I mean, it's OD plus starter
Oh,
after
it was
DP.
DP. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
So, but yeah, that was very, I would say, uncharacteristic round for both those players, and it just feels like they're kind of sending it, both of them, like yeah, DP into DP, and then 5U that whiffs into another 5U that gets hit by the Lumi, so it doesn't work, and then another 5U.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
we're
happened?
just sending, we're just sending it. You know what? I'm
Most
here
player
for
want
it.
to finish this.
It's violence. I like it.
Extreme violence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gonna get hit by the EUH.
yeah.
Tries
Okay.
to go for a reset.
Surprisingly enough, this combo is hard to do because it's like
Oh,
frame
okay.
perfect-ish, I'd say. I don't know. Uh-oh.
So you have to hit the Fox Flame on crashing opponent, and then
Yeah.
the link is tight, right?
It's really tight. Even
Okay.
you could go like to close L, but it's not optimal.
I see. Because at first it almost looks like, ooh, that's a far heavy. It looks like almost you want to do a reset there that didn't work. But okay, with that information, it makes more sense. Okay, gets a
Bro.
grab.
Both players does not give a damn. They just want to get in, get their damage, get their setups, win the game. Look at this, he's sending everything.
Yeah, this game has been absolute violence. Like, both of these players have been sending the DPs, sending the RPS, going for the ODs. And I mean,
Yes.
it works
Oh,
for Duo.
nice.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Believe in victory.
I feel like even though we've been talking about this, you know, that both are sending it, it feels like you had ended up sending it a little bit more to those CPs and taking a bit more risks. But at the same time, it can just be that, you know, my FPS worked, yours didn't, right? So, and this is kind of okay. Yeah,
See?
this is the same situation again. Yep, I understand. And this is kind of the same situation as we've had about talking about the mental state of the players, but in reverse, right? So you had this like real commanding lead after the unfortunate drop from Duho, and now Duho has the mental edge. It feels like between the two players. And Yu is like a kind of a okay. It is kind of a violent player in general. Does send stuff a lot, but with I think a consideration of the risk reward that he puts himself into. Yeah, and that's gonna be those two big interactions that Yu needs on set points.
The evolution of this game is what is so amazingly well written. It almost looks like a story. Like, both players trying to play their game, two wins a round, you wins a second, and how it takes so long to describe what happened in all of those matches, and it's just incredible.
And that was real unfortunate. So Yu, I think, wanted to try and roll to get into the optimal spacing for the punish, but ends up going just a slight bit forward. Nice side switch. We did not use the block buttons here. Non-NRS gaming. And this is Tuo's last chance here. Has the OD, has what it takes to work,
No.
but it's going to get hit by the overhead and is scared of the grab. Will press. I think actually we'll try to jump specifically. And unfortunately for Tuho, is going to be the 3-2 for Yu.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, again, it was a very weird set, but it was also very different from the previous one that those two players had. So that was real nice to see.
Yes.
And we're gonna get the run back Yu against Dudakov for grand finals.
That was so cool.
I mean, I really want to see if you can reset this. I think if he takes it slow and tries to basically apply all of those things that he knows went wrong from the previous set, he can definitely get Dudakov to a more uncomfortable position, get him to, maybe get the reset, maybe even get the set. So I'm really looking forward to see whether or not Yu can get those adaptations. But at the same time, did just go through this sort of like I'm gonna use his own words because we have the fumblers in chat. This sort of like fumble gauntlet from the losers finals.
Oh god.
Dudekov's been just chilling and watching the matches, right? I don't know. I think this could go either way, and I really want to see how it's gonna go.
If it goes like the last round, I'm going to lose it.
I mean, there's less potential for this matchup to be as violent, right? Because of the character matchup, obviously. But still understandable.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Well, grand finals. If Yu wins this, it gets a reset. Let's see how he approaches everything. Oh, are we going to the corner? Getting the advantage here. Trying to push his state, but which jumps.
Yeah, instantly getting Dudekov to where you want him to be, and then just uses that midterm movement to get out. But now we're on the other corner, so not much has changed. A very nice lead for you at this point. And this is again the same thing, right, as previously. I feel like he did have a couple of points where he could have went into install, and it would have been really nice because she would have had the meter to do rushes now as well.
Yeah, I don't know why Yu just doesn't want to go into install that much. There has to be something behind it.
I mean, I think he just values rush and OD very highly, which is understandable, but at the same way, it feels like you're kind of not using the meter gain of your character there to this fullest potential, because again, specifically because of how long those pressure strings ended up being, because, you know, Mazera does, again, not a reversal character, has to hold some of that pressure, right? Especially with a dark gain.
Yes.
Just ends up like not giving you that extra meter that you could have had. It's gonna go into the OD now, but still not in a great position. Who does not come off this to the call. And now the butterflies are gone, and then back up. Oh, that's a great blood play pickup. Yeah.
She went so high up too, like, oh, that was
Yeah,
cool.
when you get hit like pretty low to the ground by the butterfly, because like it's sort of like a projectile that starts from the ground and goes up, right? It just does it very, very quickly. So it does have those like really nice bounce properties that sometimes can catch you off not being ready for them. Yeah, and just as much as the first round rather, it felt like Yu's round, this kind of feels like Dudekov's game now. He is just on that spacing that he wants to be at, getting those butterflies out, and of course, as I say, this is going to be a close range exchange into the super, because obviously.
Why not?
But still, yeah. Yeah, it feels like Yu after a couple of interactions just gets a little bit impatient and starts getting hit by those arrows, even though he could have blocked or rolled through.
Exactly. Just find that also a lot of his pressure ending on the L214H. I mean 214L. Oh my god, I can't say it. It's all like, since it's minus frames and you can't do much about it, Dudekov takes advantage of this and he just jumps out like this, even though this was a 5U.
I mean, this is something that you can absolutely take note of and try to use advantage here. Okay,
oh my god! Oh my god, that was actually cool.
That was a really good conversion into the MTP, yeah.
Damn. Yeah, light love it here. Oh, didn't do anything.
No, I know that is kind of his signature, but I also feel like those 5Us have been just met from Dudekov with the fuzzy jumping really effectively, to the point where I'm not sure if they are the way to go at this point. Maybe should try to switch it up at least for a little bit and then try to go for them again. Now, spends all the meter with the double rush. Wow.
Whoa. Wow.
That was a very interesting conversion. Just gets the flip arrow hit very close into the auto combo. Very nice.
Yeah.
And Dudikov is beating the violent allegations here, just getting to very quick gains into getting hit for 60% of his life. It's a huge advantage here for Yu, but he's going to get back throw.
Fortunate. And there's a combo.
Butterfly pressure. This is going to be not a huge combo, just into the setup again for the butterflies. More pressure. He holds it into the 2U. It always surprises me. 2U just always surprises me about just how quick it is for a button that does what it does. It's such a great button.
But
now,
patient.
You're on the against OD. Yeah, that's a great response.
Basic the melody.
Yeah, he did it before on a 5U, and now does it on the normal throw. And now Dudikov on set point. It feels like he just wants this set to be over really quickly. Just hasn't been getting some stellar conversions. And the setup for the butterflies have just been on point. Yu has shown like a couple of good things, but it just feels like this is Dudikov's set to run at this point. Okay, now has the meter, gets the corner conversion.
Blaze, okay, goes into install, finally.
This is where he wants to be. Yeah, if a comeback starts, this is where it does. This is where it happens. Did you have comfortable blocking at this point? Ooh,
shimmy!
Nice shimmy. Does not get the full conversion, unfortunately. It's going to be a reversal super. It's going to hit into the animation. It's going to be it. Yeah, it's a real super. It obviously is going to hit. And Dudikov's taken 3-0 against Yu. Damn.
Oh God.
That was a showing from Dudikov. Unfortunate for Yu. Was very close to closing this round after that shimmy, but unfortunately ends up dropping that combo. However, Dudikov is ready to bring it back regardless. Gets the 3-0, gets the win, and is going to be the winner of this week's Promenade Weeklies. Honestly, this was a very dominant showing from Dudikov. Looking at the bracket again and remembering the matches that we saw from Dudikov, he only dropped like 2 games between Ruby and Yu, and I felt like he was on point. He was very comfortable with his game plan. He was very comfortable with knowing what his opponent wants to do as well and responding in kind and just running away with it. Very nicely done. And playing full-on Matera, which I really like, because I think you should play the character that you think is cool and you enjoy playing, right? And I'm pretty sure that this is what Dudikov prefers between Matera and 6, so really nice to see the full Matera run as well.
Yeah. Also, maybe another note on Yu there, because I feel like all of his mental energy went into the set against Duo.
Yeah.
So he didn't have any much left against Dudikov, which is unfortunate in a way. But also, I don't know.
It's definitely difficult when you've got to make that losers run through, and then you've got to play the person you put you down there to begin with. So
yeah,
it can be rough for sure. But we're going to wrap things up here for this week. Of course, again, congratulations to Dudikov for taking this week with nearly clean sheet, only dropping games to Bribusan and Yu. But yeah, that whole top 8, as you can see up on screen right now, very, very nice. Smaller bracket this week. Hoping to get some more people in here, as soon as we can. But when we got these small brackets like these, we're going to run first to 3s. And honestly, I think first to 3 today was very refreshing. It was very nice to see these longer sets for everyone. But also, for the people who maybe didn't play as many sets as usual, you're going to be playing more Grand Blue. So hey, win-win for everyone, really. But
I
yeah,
mean,
we're gonna be
I looked
closing
at the
things pretty
time,
quickly.
right?
Oh, yeah,
I looked
yeah.
at the time, and I'm like, damn, I thought this was like a small bracket, and then I realized, oh, we're running first to three for the entire
Yeah,
bracket.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it
It's,
feels
it's how it be.
like a very normal bracket doing this. So that's really nice as well.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, we're going to be closing up fast. Of course, just again, I want to give another shield to Outplayed. You're going to be seeing it in shield here lots and lots and lots until it happens, but it's a fantastic event, and that's why I'm shilling it. Of course, February 24th through till 25th, 2 fantastic days of competition down in Vienna. Definitely make it out there if you can. And hey, with that, we're going to be raiding good friend of the channel, Jao Bagel, who's currently streaming some Lost on the World. Any Fatalis % practice, I think. So, hey, make sure you send him the same love that you've given us here today. And yeah, thank you very much. Of course, thank you to our commentators for holding it down as well.
Thanks for everyone that played. Thanks for everyone that tuned in. Yeah, I mean, I'm with Cake here. Like, if you can play some offline Ground Blue, that's always nice. I wish I had, you know, the money to as well to travel at this point, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to live this to be something that you guys do. And hopefully, yeah, we'll see more of you next week and have some good Ground Blue.
Oh yeah.
Nothing more to say.
And yeah, with that, we'll see you guys this time next week. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.